welcome to the We Want Women podcast in association with Big Condo Radio. We are super excited for today's episode. We've got an amazing artist that we're going to chat to today. My name's Nick Hardman and this is Kai.
Hello.
And we're really happy to be here. So We Want Women is all about giving a space for women's voices in the performing arts. We're about empowering women, and we're about trying to provide as many opportunities as possible as well, which has been very difficult during COVID, hasn't it?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
you know, this is one of the things that we've been doing that we're really happy to do. So we're going to introduce you to our guest. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
The lovely
Thanks for
Jennifer
having me.
Vaudrey.
Hi, thanks for having me. You ladies well.
Yes,
We're
pretty good.
Yeah.
Very
Plodding
good.
on.
I'm looking particularly elf-like today.
I love
What
it.
do you think?
I love it. It's a good look.
It's a gorgeous little
I love
hat
the
and
scarf
scarf.
and the hat.
I like how it matches.
Yeah, fab. I love it.
So tell us a little bit about what you do, Jen.
So I'm a singer and songwriter, and I'm also an actress, and write plays as well. Everything really, but yeah, mostly
Just everything.
anything that's arty.
Just
for
multi-skilled.
Yeah, but I mainly focus on like singing and songwriting. So I'm hoping to release a new EP next year, which is
Ooh,
exciting.
fab.
We've just been recording that. So yeah, it's been good.
It's always
Yeah.
exciting when you get
fantastic.
new music out there.
I know it's been a while. Just like funding, etc.
Yeah, it's expensive, isn't it, to get it all together.
Yeah.
But
Well, it took me about like 3 years to save just to do this one, but I'm just gonna like record it throughout the. We've been
Just
recording
take
it
your
throughout
time
the
with
year and just take time with it. Yeah.
And is that pre-COVID as well?
Yeah, that was pre-COVID. So
Pre-COVID.
I recorded one. I released a single last year from the EP, and I was meant to release the EP then, and then didn't really have enough money and you know, life, etc.
yeah, life just happens.
So then I've just wrote a few more songs and decided to like these during lockdown as well. I've put some of them on it, and then there's a couple that I wrote a few years ago that I wanted to release, so they're on it as well.
Sounds like a big project then,
Yeah.
mentally for you to get all that stuff.
Yeah,
out.
it's been lovely, and it's been quite like really fun, but also I kind of didn't do anything for a while. I lost my confidence a little bit and had a bit of a bad time, so it's kind of nice getting back into it and like, you know, reminding yourself of like who you are, as cheesy as that
Are you finding
sounds.
it's coming back quite quickly for you?
Yeah, because I used to like just write songs in like 10 minutes, or I'd like just, you know, it'd just pour out, and then I had like quite bad writer's block for a while, I think, just because I had
Feel
a lot
that
going
right
on.
now.
It's so
I'm getting
annoying.
such bad
Same.
writer's block
I
at the
don't
minute.
think I've
I
written
know.
anything.
And then the more you put pressure on yourself,
Yeah.
the worse it is, and you can't get anything done. And then I think you just come out with crap then as well. And I'm like, oh, what's this?
You don't release good songs when you're forcing
No.
yourself to get songs out there.
That's it as well. Well, I've also just my phone got stolen, and I had loads of voice notes on of all like little new songs.
gutted.
I can remember some of them, but some of them, you know, you just like record little melodies
Yeah.
and a few
Yeah.
like lyrics and that,
Or like
and they're gone.
something will pop into your head and you just very quickly
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
I'll be lost.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson to just put everything on Dropbox and just straight
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Just like I'd make a little private SoundCloud. But even like lyrics on like my notes and stuff,
Yeah.
I can't get back. But hey how, they weren't meant to be. Just gonna write new stuff.
It's good.
You
that
never know.
you've- Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I was just going to say it's good that you've done that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say you never know as well. Like they might come back
Yeah,
to you
I
at
think
some
so.
point if the idea comes back to you. Then
Yeah.
it was obviously meant
If
to
they're
be.
meant to come back, they will. I
Yeah.
think they'll present themselves.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a massive hippie.
Is that just your general ethos, hippie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just we'll see. Yeah, Jen Vaudrey, hippie. Namaste.
Talking about mentality, like I was just thinking about it then for a second. Like I suppose I'm a little bit apprehensive to ask you, so feel free to say no. But just when you were talking before about losing your confidence, just because one of the things that we wanted to chat to you today was about the impact of COVID, and you kind of jumped straight in there on that first question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I love that
Yeah.
because it means we can talk about it. But I
Yeah.
mean, do you feel like those mental health issues have been elevated by COVID? Like, what have the impacts been for you?
Do you know what? Oddly, I was absolutely fine. So during lockdown, I was living on my own. So I was meant to move out of like my flat like on the week of lockdown, back with my parents for a bit, and then I couldn't because they were high risk.
Yeah.
So I was on my own for like 4 months, but I loved it. I found it's weird. I'm quite a social person, but I think I have a good balance of enjoying my own company, and I'm always used to like coming up with things to do. Like, I'm the youngest of 5 girls, and there's a big age gap. So in a weird way, when I was a young child, I was always like on my own, like making plays and being like, oh, I'm gonna go to a restaurant tonight. Go in the living room and like sit with a glass of Vimto and a wine glass.
You always felt like proper good when you did that as a kid. Like,
I'd put like a shawl on and be like, yes, I'm in my restaurant right
How
now.
empowering is that though? As a kid, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and have wine on my
Like,
own.
write my songs.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
But yeah, I found like I think like everyone, I had like anxious days where I was just like constantly checking Twitter and going through my phone and just getting addicted to it and just sitting on the couch doing that. And then other days I'd like get up, do yoga and do a workout and work. And then I read quite a lot, which was good because for a while I love reading, and for a while I didn't really give myself the time to do that, and now I've like kept up with that as well. So it's
You really kept your
quite
self-care
nice.
going.
Yeah. So in a weird way, I'm quite good with stuff like that, considering I'm such like a social beast. People always say like, because I'm always like out and about with people. But yeah, like in terms of like mental health, when I did lose my confidence, I was just in like quite a bad relationship and kind of compromised myself a little bit too much, and they didn't really do anything, and then felt quite low afterwards and that as well. And then it's quite nice to get that back. I joined a female choir.
Amazing.
Which was good. Hope Street Harmonies, give them a shout out.
Hope Street Harmonies, we have heard of them.
Yeah,
I was going to say we've heard of them.
Great. There's such a lovely bunch of women. In fact, Claire, who's going to play piano for me on a track, she runs the choir, and there's such a lovely group of women, and
fantastic,
all really supportive and nice. So that was good. And then remember you played at the EP launch that I had last time, the single launch. That's like that was like my first gig in about 2 years, so that was a nice big boost as well, just to kind of get back in the swing of it.
That was up in town, wasn't it? That was like the music room, right?
Yeah, the music room
the
and the
Philharmonic.
Yeah, was it?
It was a great gig.
Yeah, I love that gig.
With Maddie Stenberg. Yeah, I was playing with Maddie Stenberg. Yeah,
he's
I
great
that.
as well. Yeah, I love that night.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was really fun. So yeah, like I think sometimes you need little time. Everyone has those times, don't they? Where they just and if anything, it inspires you. Then
there's peaks and valleys in your creative juices, if you get what I mean. Like you have times where you just can't write for weeks.
Exactly. Yeah.
You've really done a full circle then, haven't you? You've really sort of gone through the mill in that way, and you've come right round, and now you're getting ready to release your EP, albeit a little bit later than you wanted.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well. I don't know how old are you, Sue? Sorry if you don't mind me asking.
I'm older than you, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm 31 now, but I've noticed like since I turned 30 as well, like in a weird way, a lot of like insecurities went, and I just I'm quite confident in myself, and I've got an attitude now where I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it.
That's happened quite recently with me. I'm 26. But the past 6 months or so, I've just kind of stopped caring about what other people think.
I think when, especially at times like this as well, when something big happens and you just like it puts things into perspective, doesn't it? And yeah, I think I just got to a point now where I'm just like, what you're only going to hold yourself back if you do that, and just if you didn't try and do all the things that like you've dreamt of, then you'd regret it, wouldn't you? So
you would.
Do you think it's an age thing then, or do you think it's like an experience thing? Like, what is that, or is it?
I don't know. Like, I think it's a mix of both. Like, I think experience, heartbreak and all that, and then if you've gone through like a depression and stuff, I think you kind of come out of it with a bit of clarity when you get through that, and it does. I think it can be quite positive, things like that, where it can just make you get to know yourself better and know what you're capable of, and focus on that really, and block all the other shit out of people. But
would you say, like, since you joined Liverpool Hope choir, would you say that kind of sistership has like really helped? Or
yeah, definitely. Because they're so lovely, and there's quite a lot of like creative people in there as well, and so it was good to kind of get back in that crowd and that scene.
And is it from like all different areas as well, as in like creative areas, so different types of performers?
Lots of even like some people in the choir are like doctors and things, like all different professions, and it's just such a lovely like group of women. And and then there's some who are actors, they've got their own theatre companies, but I used to work at the Philharmonic Hall, and quite a few girls from there were in the choir, and that's how I got introduced to it and joined. And then Claire, who runs it, funnily enough, used to teach me a cappella in uni.
Aww.
Like when I was 20, and then I remember we did like an a cappella version of Under Pressure in uni.
Wow.
So good. And when I got back to choir, they were doing it, and I was like, oh, I remember the harmonies.
You have to link us that on the page.
Oh,
like, we have to
yeah.
hear that.
Definitely, yeah. You'll have to try to pop down.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
When it's like all up and running again, I think you should enjoy it.
It sounds amazing.
So it'd be good, yeah.
Cool.
Get them on one of your event nights as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So being a performer yourself, how would you think being a woman in the performing industry has like affected your work? Have you had any negative or even positive experiences from that? Like,
yeah, a mix of both. So I think some people can be like competitive and a bit just, I think sometimes that's if they're insecure in themselves though, and they create like a threat in their heads about something, and it's like, I'm not like that at all, I've got no time for it.
We should be holding each other
up
and,
exactly,
and
like
shining light on each other.
For the likes of this, what yous have created, it's amazing, and I think that's what it should be. It should be a support network and like helping each other out, and like championing like other people's work and like creativity. That's what's important. And I think it's good to be competitive with yourself and like pushing yourself and ambitious, but not with other people. I think
friendly competition is healthy to an extent, and as long as you both know that it's not malicious in any way or
that definitely.
I think that's the key, isn't it? Because I'm the opposite of that. I absolutely always have done since I've been a kid. Hate competition in any way, shape or form. Even though I did play roller derby, and that's all about competition. But it's what you said, Kai, as well, about it being, that it's not harmful, and it's not a nasty thing.
I think having a little bit of competition helps to push you in your own way.
Definitely, and when it's like a healthy competition. But I think sometimes what I mean is like when when people can be a bit sly and stuff, and you're just like why are you doing that? Come on, just
how old
we're all in it together.
Do you think there's more of that between women in the performing arts, or would you say men, or is it equal?
I'd say both. I'd say equal, because I do think, especially in Liverpool, and like there's a good network and a good community where people do lift each other up and are supportive, and will put you in touch with people that you need as well, which is good. But I think it's like a mix of both, really. It's not just women, but I've found mostly positive. Like, made lots of lovely friends through doing music, and had like developed some lovely relationships with like other female artists and producers and other actors and that as well. So that's good.
Well, that's good, because it's quite often that you come across people in the performing arts industry that have just been completely not taken seriously or exploited in some sort of way, and it's really unfortunate. It seems to happen more to women.
I feel that as well. I think that's like a funny insecurity of mine, because I think sometimes I even had something like this the other week where people presume, I'm from North Liverpool, I am like Scouse, and I'm quite bubbly, so sometimes people presume that you are like a bit of a airhead and don't really take you seriously, and I think it's quite annoying, but then it's kind of fun to then just prove that wrong, I suppose. That kind of for me, stuff like that pushes me further to like go, well, now I'm gonna do this, like, watch me. Do you know what I mean?
That's a great personal resilience that you've got. Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
no,
Nick.
it is, because I think, I think it is. It's something. It's down to personality, isn't it? A lot of the time as well. Like, some people are generally more confident, or they feel they can deal with that better. So you're obviously somebody who's got a really clear resilience on that part.
I never used to. Like, I was quite like badly bullied as a kid and stuff. So I think as I've got older, I've built that up, and my family, like, a lot of strong women, like strong characters, so that kind of influences that as well.
That's amazing.
Which is, I think,
so they've inspired you to be that way.
And plus, if they're all quite hot-headed. Strong characters.
Oh,
so
yeah, I come from a very similar.
You grow up in a house of 5 girls, and they're all like arguing over like who's robbed what outfit and stuff, and it's quite funny. So you kind of have to develop that in my family.
It's amazing that you've had that. So cool.
It's nice, and because they're a lot older, it's kind of like more of a motherly thing that it's like I've had 5 mothers and they've all got different, we have like different strong qualities that have helped me with different situations as well. So yeah, it's good.
Fantastic. Love that. That's really
this
cool.
Is the nicest things I've ever said about them. So once I tell them,
you better be listening to this.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, love you, baby.
No, that is lovely to have that real strong like pack of women around you. It's quite a tribal thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. My poor dad, yeah.
I was gonna say, it's like being in a household with 6 women. So
yeah.
Wow.
He, even the dog was a girl as well. So, yeah. Yeah, he was in the pub a lot, which is I don't really blame him about.
Unrelated.
Yeah,
unrelated.
No.
And your performance that you've shared with us is yourself, and you said Claire on keys for you as well, which is really cool. So tell us a little bit about this song of yours.
So the song, again, funnily enough, I wrote the relationship that I was talking about before. I wrote it about that, but I don't really kind of relate to the song anymore in that way. I don't have those feelings. But yeah, it's called Pirouettes, and I wrote that in 2018 or 2017 and released it then as well. So it'll just be a nice piano candlelight version of that track.
A special stripped back version.
Yeah.
I love stripped back songs.
Yeah.
Me too. I like rearranging some of my songs as well, an acoustic version and like stripped back versions.
Or doing like a 2.0 or a carry-on song or something.
Yeah, and like kind of just changing the arrangements and having it like sound in a different style. It's quite interesting.
So what's Pirouettes? What's that about?
Oh, so when I was with Voldemort, he used to always we used to dance in the kitchen, like spin me round, and it was just kind of like saying, you know, how like you miss that with someone, but then kind of the premise of the song is more, but you still long for that, but it's not necessarily you long for that person, you long for that kind of like feeling of love again, and so it's like longing for the pirouettes, but not with that person.
You miss the memories themselves rather than the situation that you were in.
I think even like the feeling of like being in love and just kind of that, like actually being in love with someone, and that kind of like having like the faith, like even though like you're heartbroken, like you'll find that again.
Yeah,
it will happen.
It really reminds me of a quote. I think I read it yesterday or the day before by Mel Robbins, who's like a public speaker. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's so cool.
And it was a quote on her Instagram, and it was something like, you know, the things that you missed from past relationships are the parts of yourself that you need to nurture, you know?
Yeah, and
absolutely.
It's funny as well, you know, when you think you're like really in love with someone, and like you think it's like a perfect relationship, and that me and my friend were talking about this, how when you look back and you're like, oh, actually no, that was all me doing that was me. It's me who made that like a positive situation, and it's that person didn't really have anything about them. Yeah.
Well, let's take
bitter.
Not bitter at all. I was just going to say, let's take a look at that.
Yeah. Every day that's passed and every smile that's faked, memories dance around my mind. For every lie you tell and piece of heart you take breaks slowly, but I pretend I'm fine. Oh, I'm just trying to move on, trying to leave you behind. I'm just trying to be strong, trying to survive. But I can't forget that magic rush, the sweet surrender when our hands touch. I won't admit I miss you all so much, but all that's left is a feeling of regret. So I still long for, and I still long for pirouettes. When the night comes and every tear that's wiped, there's a sadness I'm holding inside. Every dream I dream where your face appears is a longing that I can't deny. Oh, I'm just trying to move on, trying to leave you behind. I'm just trying to be strong, trying to survive. But I can't forget that magic rush, the sweet surrender when our hands touch. I won't admit I miss you all so much, but all that's left is a feeling of regret. So I still long for, and I still long for pirouettes. I can't forget that magic rush, the sweet surrender when our hands touch. I won't admit I miss you all so much, but all that's left is a feeling of regret. So I still long for, I still long for, I still long for, and I still long for pirouettes.
So, if you could tell us what one or two inspiring things, like things that have inspired you, should I say, like people, objects, times, places, experiences, that kind of thing, that helps you write your music.
Yeah, I find it just I kind of use music as therapeutic, to be honest, and yeah, it's just a way of like getting stuff out that you can't talk about, and putting it into something creative, and so that does. And then like other people's situations, like sometimes when my friends have been in situations and I've kind of written on that, and I find it quite interesting now to like write from another person's point of view and putting yourself in someone's shoes, and that's a nice sort of
I've done that
challenge
on a couple of songs, like doing it in the third person, like almost pretending like you are that person.
Yeah,
and writing about that experience.
It's good, isn't it? And I think as well it gives you more empathy as a person, and like kind of helps you see like other sides of different stories as well. So that like just people in general and like life obviously inspires me, and then just like all the women around me as well, like me and not my women. What was that?
Try.
All my ladies.
Tell you what, somebody better not upset you, because if they do, that's gonna be like it's gonna be brutal.
Yes, it can be quite intense sometimes. But yeah, like I was saying, the choir that I'm in, like they're all quite inspirational, and just like a lovely bunch of women, and and just like being around creative people as well. I'd say like. For a while I wasn't, and I found if you are in a creative situation or surround yourself with like like-minded people, that inspires you and helps you get back in the swing of things as well.
Definitely.
Other people have said that, haven't they? Like when we've spoken on podcasts, when we've spoken to other artists, they've said that as well. Like being around other inspiring people.
Yeah, definitely.
So it really is that energy, isn't it? It's that sistership of being.
It is, definitely. And like if people have like a good work ethic, sometimes if you aren't feeling confident, I will, typical like Cancerian, will just like go in my shell and be like, no, I'll put that off. Whereas if I'm with people who have like a good structure and stuff and like set themselves, that inspires me as well. And I'm like, I can do it. I'm gonna be like them.
That's fantastic. That is really beautiful.
It's good that you've got those support systems.
Yeah. Like, tell us again, where can we find the choir? Where can we find you? all your
Yeah.
links, Facebook, Instagram,
So yeah,
YouTube.
I've got a Facebook page. It's just Jennifer Vaudrey Music on Facebook, and then Twitter as well, Jen Vaudrey Music.
Nice.
Got a distinctive surname, so you know. And then on Spotify and YouTube as well. And then Hope Street Harmonies are also on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
They at the minute with COVID, etc., it's kind of more online, but we've been also doing some small sessions where we can that are COVID compliant, which is good. And it's been nice to kind of have that still, as well as a little regular performance, really, or just singing together. Just makes you feel good, doesn't it? So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be so cool to, as Kai said before, we will definitely come down to a show when it's back, or let us know, you know, like keep us posted with that.
Definitely, yeah, we will. And trying to think if we have anything. We'll just have to wait and see until what happens with COVID. And then I did want to do an EP launch again this year, but obviously we'll have to wait and see. Might try and do an outdoors one somewhere, like the Bombed Church or something.
Nice. That'd be special.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the name of the EP?
I don't know yet.
Oh, even you've not decided.
No,
okay.
I'm terrible at stuff like this. I leave that till last minute.
Just give it a really obscure name.
Yeah, just like Vaudrey. So because the single that I released a couple of years ago, it was going to be called Pirouettes, and that was going to be called the title of the EP. But I don't know, I've kind of changed perspectives now, and I'm not in that kind of place anymore. So I think it should be something a bit different, maybe. So I need to get my thinking cap on, and I've still got another song to record for that as well. So we'll see what happens.
We will look out for you. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Jen, for coming in and talking to us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
It's been really great.
Cheers. Thank you.
Wow. Well, I feel excited.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So, guys, please check out Jennifer Vaudrey on her links. We'll also post them on our page as well. If you want to check out us as well, we're also on Instagram, so you can check us there. You can check us on Facebook, and we just kind of have a website, so www.wewantwomen.co.uk, and that takes us straight through to the Facebook page at the moment.
Yes.
Cool. And the Instagram is /We Want Women Liverpool as well. And we really hope you've enjoyed today as much as we have. I've really
enjoyed myself.
It's been really interesting, actually, hasn't it? Cool. Awesome. All right. So we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. I'm Nick Hardman.
And I am Kai.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
See you soon.